As the centuries went by, Rome and Constantinople drifted further and further apart as Europe became divided between the Holy Roman Empire in the west and the Byzantine Empire in the east. This came to a head in 1054 with what's called the Great Schism. The Great Schism can be blamed on many different things, but I'd like to point out just two. One was a disagreement over whether or not Rome and its bishop, the Pope, was the head over the entire Christian church. According to Constantinople, the Pope was just a first among equals. In other words, he held a special place of honor, but in practical terms, he held no more power than the Patriarch of Constantinople. However, according to Rome, the Pope did have actual authority over the entire church.
So this is that meme from the Avengers.
The one where they're all
with Thor and what's his name, and asking like who's in charge, and they're like laughing and being like, "It's definitely me, right? I'm in charge, right? Oh yeah, absolutely, you're in charge." Like that's what's happening here.
Yeah. This is a fight for power.
Then not just a fight for power, but an unlike I'm totally gonna let you sit over there and say you're in charge, but you're not. You're not in charge over here.
You're in charge over there,
and
you think you're in charge everywhere, but
you're not. And I'm gonna let you think that you're in charge everywhere, so that I can be in charge here, undisturbed. And that went on for an extensive period.
And then
of
the
time.
Great Schism in 1054.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the moment where I became terrifically confused, because again, being raised the way I was constantly seeing the inside of both Catholic and Orthodox churches, and I was just very much confused of which one are we from? And being told neither because they're both wrong, and I'm like, okay, but we're still having weddings.
Right, we're still here
having questions.
So, as you can see, Catholics and Protestants say that the Holy Spirit proceeds from the Father and the Son, whereas the Eastern Orthodox Christians say that he proceeds from the Father only. Because of these differences and many others, East and West parted ways in 1054. Now, I should make it clear that it would be incorrect to say that the Roman Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox Church started only in 1054. Instead, it would be more accurate to say that they both started in the 1st century and that they were simply united up until 1054.
So I want to make sure I understood what he said. So the Roman Catholic creed is that the Holy Spirit is from
God,
God
and the Son. The Father and the Son. Whereas
I can't not capitalize this shit.
This is the major
Eastern Orthodoxy, which is different than the Oriental Orthodoxy.
Correct.
So the Eastern Western here is
yeah.
Eastern Orthodoxy is the east of the East.
Yes.
And Oriental is the Far East.
Not even that necessarily, because again, Ethiopia is in Africa, but things got swept together because of how
this
the splits
framing that. Yeah. So there was East and West.
East and West, and then another East and West.
So there's West, East, Far East, basic.
From where you're how your brain's doing it. I'm gonna say, okay. Just be careful with the language, because Far East is actually a place.
Which is what?
Which would be everything east of India.
Not. Okay.
Like India and further.
Which is not the Oriental Orthodox in here.
No, because it is an actual geographic location in history. You want to be careful.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
So there was East and West. And then
another East and West.
Then East, West, East, Oriental East.
Yeah.
A better way to put that.
Yeah. Okay. That first the Oriental and the Pentarchy was a split, and then you had another East-West split happen underneath it.
Okay.
That led us to Catholic and Orthodox.
And Orthodox is interchangeable with Eastern Orthodox.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. there's a lot of like smaller stuff that splits them all up that I'm
Mhm.
sure he's going to go into.
It's helping
Which
me.
I really wanted the answers to as a child, but again, I feel like they were being kept from me.
It's helping with what I have seen, like in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
You see all of these different religions, and the terminology can get very overwhelming. I'm not even going to say confusing, it's just overwhelming.
The first being the Orthodox Church in America, which originated as a branch of the Russian Orthodox Church. The Patriarch of Moscow currently recognizes the American Church as being autocephalous, but the Patriarch of Constantinople does not.
Whoa, pause. Okay. Hold on. Okay, this dude just said that the Orthodox Church in America was at its initial formation an offshoot of the Russian Orthodox Church.
Yes.
What? I need a date.
It adopted its current name in 1970.
The Orthodox Church of America?
Mhm.
1970? It didn't start?
It can trace its roots back to 1794 with the arrival of 8 Russian missionaries in Kodiak, Alaska. It was originally established as a diocese of the Russian Orthodox Church and did not officially gain administrative independence until 1970.
It didn't gain.
It's administrative independence. It's autocephaly.
Oh, it's awesome. Okay.
So it functioned as a Russian Orthodox Church until 1970.
Okay. That's all completely new information. I mean, because I knew there was an Orthodox Church in America, but it definitely was. It's not prominent. It's not big.
No. It also has to do with our area. Like in the Southeast, Orthodox churches in general are few and far between.
Fair.
You cross that Mason-Dixon line, though. At the neighborhoods that my dad's family reside in, that symbol of the 3 strikes is everywhere. Like the way here in the South, people will have just decorative crosses on the walls, they will have their cross above the door on the inside of the house. Yeah. Like as you come in and out, you're crossing underneath it. Like
we had stuff like that.
It's stuff that to the point where I didn't realize that it was a distinct religious symbol as a child until I was in high school and I was learning about this stuff and I was like, oh, that's a completely different religion. I didn't know that. Gotcha. I thought it was just a fancy cross.
I mean, I guess I would always see those fancy crosses and just be like, okay, it's extra embellishment, unneeded extra
embellishment. Yeah. But that's so common within those circles that I didn't think twice of it. And then your face when he said that, I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
I just find it interesting of all of these Eastern Orthodoxies, Russia.
Oh no, they
brought
were
it
big. They were big.
Which I mean, I get that they were the biggest of them.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean,
now I feel like I need to go do American history.
You probably do because
I know it's on the list, but like from this perspective as well,
because it's so the intersection between religious history and American history is very deeply embedded into each other. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. How we got to where we are is a very, very fun roller coaster, and all of it has to do with immigrants from the very beginning.
Well, I mean, even just this, the Russian Orthodox came as missionaries to Alaska.
Yeah. Because they would have come across the Pacific.
Yeah. That is an immigrant. That's how the Orthodox Church in America got here.
Yeah. That's how all of them got here.
Right.
Like, right back to the Puritans.
Yeah.
Okay, let's now talk about the Roman Catholic Church. By far the largest church in all of Christianity, with well over 1 billion members representing more than 50% of all Christians. Now, when most people refer to the Roman Catholic Church, what they're really referring to is the Latin Church, which is actually just one of 24 churches that make up the entire Roman Catholic Church.
50% of all Christians aren't real Christians.
That is, like, that is the part where I think I got so blindsided by all of this stuff being national. And because I really thought that fundamentalism and evangelicalism was a regional problem. Like, okay, y'all are crazy, but it's limited to this one spot. And I really genuinely thought that because growing up, I did see a lot more Catholics and Orthodox than probably you did. Just from what's in my family.
Oh, yeah. No.
I was like, I knew that Lutherans were out there. I understood like the difference between Catholics and Lutherans, which is a whole thing down here. There's nothing more jarring than having Lutherans and Catholics and Orthodox in the family and then talking to somebody who conflates them all together as if they're the same religion and going, do you want to come to Thanksgiving? And have them explain to you why they're not.
Come on.
It's not.
The food will be good.
The food's great. The show's amazing.
Did you have lasagna those Thanksgivings?
No. Like, we actually never did Thanksgiving. It was always a wedding.
Oh, right.
But even then, people would be getting into religious debates, and like, there's a whole branch of my family that won't even address my father as being a person because of his religious beliefs. Like, it's fun. It's really interesting.
That's yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, sure, you can conflate them all into one group if you want. I wouldn't do it at my dinner table.
My family does not have that type of religious variety.
No, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. And like, even like my mom's side of the family is like, the beliefs vary. And so
We've got evangelical, Protestant, Pentecostal, Baptist,
yeah,
Messianic.
we have like, my mom's
That's
the Methodist,
We were non-denominational
non-denominational.
and Assemblies of God.
Well, it's just like, it's hard because so many people say non-denominational, and really what they mean is evangelical.
Yeah, it was a
Like,
really big thing though. Growing up to be like, oh,
I'm
we're non-denominational,
non-denominational.
meaning it was like attuned to non-religious. It kind of like we were saying earlier, like religion was bad.
Oh, we don't partake in any of that. We do the real thing. We do the true thing.
We don't restrict ourselves to a box.
While restricting ourselves.
I found the box. I looked it up. It's there.
It's a box.
There's a box.
There's a box.
There's a non-denominational box. There's an Assemblies of God box.
Yeah,
the Assemblies of God box is very toxic. And that's what I had.
I never understood why my mom was always like, we are not staying for the sermon. Anytime we danced at an Assemblies of God church, my mom would be like, we are not staying for the sermon. I never understood that. I was like, that is such a weird bone to pick, Mom. We have gone to Catholic services. We've gone to Orthodox services. We've got, like, why? And now it's like, now
you've talked to me.
Now I'm like, oh, that's why.
That's why. You learned what?
That was the right bone to pick, Mom. I was like, oh, that's why.
Yeah. I don't think my parents chose Assemblies of God because it was Assemblies of God.
No.
By any means.
No,
We
I don't
church
think
hopped.
anybody chooses a church that way.
Yeah, we church hopped for a while, and that was the one we ended up at, and it just happened to be Assemblies of God. That was my vibe at the time.
Yeah.
We weren't like, we have to stay with Assemblies of God. We weren't. We were non-denominational most of the time. At least I believe that's the branch they all claimed.
Yeah.
And actually, for the longest time, I didn't realize that Assemblies of God wasn't non-denominational.
Yeah, because they do. They try and put themselves in that box.
I said all growing up, oh yeah, I'm non-denominational. Where do you go? I go to an Assemblies of God church. But it was,
yeah.
I didn't realize until I started deconstructing
that it's a denomination.
It's a denomination.
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
Following the council known as Vatican II. One of the main things to come out of that council was the decision to hold Mass in local languages instead of Latin. Again, there were some Catholics who disagreed with the various decisions made at the council. This time, those who separated and formed independent Catholic churches became known as sedevacantists, which is a word based on the Latin for empty chair. Basically, these Catholics believe that the office of Pope has been vacant ever since Vatican II.
Yep. Is this the branch of Catholicism that Mel Gibson is part of?
I have no idea.
I remember it being a big thing that came up a couple years ago, or maybe when Francis died, that Mel Gibson belonged to a specific sect of Catholicism. And I want to say that didn't believe that the Pope was the Pope or something like that.
Yes, you're correct.
Oh, hey. And that was just when I first heard about wait, what? There's a what?
There's a what?
There's a what?
Yeah.
So it was neat to make that connection. That was it. That's my only question.
That's my only question.
That was it.